everybody has one, has what? An opinion. Okay, so this is what I read. Well, actually, I saw a video clip of it as well. Robin Roberts of GMA, Good Morning America, 2 days ago from the day of me taping this, interviewed Sherri Shepherd. And of course, Sherri updated us just a little bit on just a little something. Now, you know, when those people interview people, that doesn't sound good, but anywho, when a host or an anchor person or whatever interviews someone, the interview may not be long. It may be for 5 minutes, every now and then 10 minutes, but rarely is it for a whole show. So you couldn't get that much out about this person in that short period of time. But nevertheless, she was talking to Sherri about what Sherri is doing. And of course, Sherri is doing a Broadway play that has to do with being a wicked stepmother in Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. And of course, some other things she asked Sherri as well, because you know Sherri Shepherd is going through a divorce. And she is no longer co-host on The View. Now, I like Sherri, okay? Sherri has not done or said anything that I am at this point in time against. I mean, seriously, but quite a few people do not like Sherri. I mean, in past time, I have read comments that just beat the woman over the doggone head. I mean, some comments can be vicious. Yes, they can be so mean and they are so ugly. Not only about Sherri Shepherd, but about other celebs and other people. So anywho, I love reading articles as well as reading some of the comments, and I like to share some of the comments that I read. And of course, I too have comments. You know, everybody certainly has an opinion. I have mine, you have yours, and it is your prerogative. And I guess you can say when you are a celeb and you put yourself out there, unfortunately, there will be someone who is going to see what you are doing as being evil and mean and all of this and all of that. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to share with you, not a whole lot, just a handful of comments from some other commenters dealing with that particular video. Okay, now this person, I guess I would pronounce the name as Shikita E, and it's S-H-E. Shikita E says, some of you people on here is just downright pathetic, miserable, stupid people who need to grow up and get a D life. You know, like Beaver Dam. Okay, yeah, that's me saying that. She did not walk away from her baby. Her husband, Sarah, jumps up, filed for divorce while the surrogate mother was a couple of months pregnant, then wants Sherri to pay child support and alimony. Right now, he is on welfare, raising this child alone, and that's what his sorry behind gets. He used Sherri and thought she was going to be his meal ticket. He also wants full custody of the child and doesn't want to give Sherri any visitation rights. So what do she supposed to do? It was his sperm and the surrogate mother's egg, so Sherri has no connection or obligation to that child. And for everybody who is saying horrible things about Sherri, well, I am going to ask you, what have you done with your life? Do you have any goals or dreams for yourself? If not, then shut up. Shut up. Sherri is a very successful and strong-willed woman. She went from working at the post office to the bank. Then she became a stand-up comedian to an actress, then a talk show host and a game show host. On top of that, she has her own wig line and hair products. With all that being said, I think Sherri has done wonderful for herself. She is a millionaire, and I respect her for pushing through and following her dreams. Both of her lazy ex need to get jobs and take care of themselves instead of trying to find themselves a meal ticket. I hope Sherri keep smiling and pushing through and enjoy your own life with her son. Well, enjoy your life with her son. As for you miserable haters, go find yourself something positive to do. Go and volunteer somewhere. Go work out or learn how to make homemade macaronis and cheese. Do something instead of being so hateful all the time. SMDH! Exclamation point. Okay, interesting, Shikita E. Interesting. Well, that lets me know that Sherri has some supporter on her side. Okay, yes. I heard about when she was on The View at that time. Of course, she was going through this divorce and all of that. And I don't know that much about her, her soon-to-be ex-husband, and I don't really know a whole lot about Sherri. But at this point in time, I would say this is me. I deemed that he was certainly a gold digger and he knew what he was doing. Sherri probably thought she was getting the man of her dreams at that time. And old boy turned out to be not what she really needed and wanted. Okay. So listen, when you realize that somebody has been trying to dig their claws in your back all along and really didn't have your best interest at heart and all of that kind of crap, well, of course she should at some point in time, divorce his behind. But of course he beat her to the punch because old Sal, I believe, or should I say I deem, that he was up to no good to begin with. He knew what he was doing. And of course it wasn't Sherri's egg, and it was his sperm and his surrogate mother's egg. And I'm pretty sure at that time, Sherri wanted the baby. But when old boy did what he did, it's sort of, I don't know, it just does something to a person. But if you haven't been through it, you really wouldn't understand. So for those of you who are hating on her for that, when you go through it, then you can understand. Okay. Moving on to what Chile say. Chile. Chele. Chile says, no matter what she says, she is a hot mess. And no matter how she wants to spin it, she abandoned her son with the surrogate. Unforgivable. Children are not to be thrown away because the marriage doesn't work out. Well, of course, I agree with that. But again, these are under some different set of circumstances. That's me saying that. Okay, Chile say, when did she find out they were having a child? When they paid and went through the process with their surrogate, perhaps. Feeling sorry for the son who will one day learn of what took place. Hopefully, it will be a blessing not to have this mess in his life. So, Chile looked at Sherri to be a hot mess and looks at Sherri as being someone who abandoned her responsibility. But listen, I am pretty sure Sal is no innocent party here, okay? Once again, like I said, you don't know what he really did for it to get to this point, okay? Now, it's easy to be on the outside looking in. Okie dokie. Now moving on to what Linda says. Linda says, I can't believe she just walked away from the baby she had born by a surrogate. Heartless, selfish. There aren't enough words for this woman's despicable actions. Okay, Linda? Maybe one day you'll find yourself in that situation and then you will understand. And maybe not. I don't know. Moving on to what Carol said. I never thought she was really funny. Very unpolished attempt at comedy. She probably would do better if she toned her loud mouth down a bit. She becomes annoying, but I do wish her well on stage. Perhaps a script would help. Well, sometimes I feel like having a script too instead of ad-libbing on y'all's comments, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, Richard says, Sherri Shepherd stays on Broadway and off TV because many people can't stand your loud mouth and bad English. Richard, I would love to hear you talk in person besides being behind a keyboard. And I myself don't claim that my English is all good, but I tell you what, I am going to say what I got to say just like you say what you got to say. But the only difference is you're hearing my voice and I'm reading what you say. But again, as I said early on, I am okay with Sherri Shepherd at this time. And I can, as a female, I can about understand why she did what she did do. Or what she's doing. Now, bad English. I will not vow that I will be bringing forth and doing these kinds of sharing other people's comments with you and other things. I will not vow that I will be conservative, that I will be free from mistakes and errors. No, that will not happen. Okay. I'm pretty sure I would break a lot of verbs and subject and verb agreements. I'm doing it now. I know I would not be able to dot all is it dot? Yeah, dot all my I's and cross all my T's. But it is what it friggin' is. It's me. Okay. Okay. And also Richard says she is going on a quest now to prove that the world is flat, and some people may fall off the edge. Well, I know some years ago when Sherri Shepherd made that comment on The View when she was co-hosting on The View. Oh my goodness, they beat her like Patty gave the drum. The people did, and really, I didn't see what all the commotion was about because she said that. Now, because of all the flack she got about saying that the world was flat at that time, I'm assuming that it's round. Okay, listen. History really wasn't my favorite subject, but I put myself in a position to learn at time, but so much for that crap. Let me move myself right along. Oops, that's it. I deny well, I am not going to share any more comments on that situation. Maybe in the long run. Okay, listen, I'm going to come back. I got some other articles and comments that I want to share with you all. And in the meantime, I am signing off. 10-4, homie. Everybody has one, an opinion.